What's good, y'all? Desaya here, and today this video is going to be a little special because I really feel like I need to motivate you guys through this message that I have today, and I want you guys to be able to push through whatever it is you're going through because I feel it. I really do. I feel like there's a shift happening. There's a change that's coming that you guys really should be paying attention to, because I know that there's probably something really, really hard that you're going through at the moment. You might not even be able to process why you're going through it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the situation is, but I know some people are going through probably the worst things imaginable. There might be a change in your life that you're going through. You could be switching jobs right now. You might have just gotten fired from your job. You might be going through a new relationship, or old relationships are giving you issues. Whatever it is, you might be going off to college. I don't know what your problem is. I'm not psychic. But if you're seeing this video right now and you're listening to it, I want you to know you're right there. What do I mean by that? I mean, literally, you're right at the end. You know how there's different stages to a video game? Well, life is the same way. There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end. And you are literally at the end. You are at the doorstep of the final boss. And that's the reason you are seeing this video right now. Because you're literally at the cusp of changing your entire life in a day, a week, a month, whatever it is. And you have to persevere. You have to stay dedicated. But there's one thing that you cannot do. The one thing you cannot do is look back. Because once you look back, it doesn't necessarily reset the process, but it starts to reinforce old habits that you had. Wherever you are at this moment, please don't look back. Keep going forward, because all that you're going through is just taking you to that final moment, the final boss, the final place where you could finally look at all the work you've done and go, wow, look at what I've accomplished. And it's hard. I understand that. It's going to be very hard to not want to look back. I've been reading the Bible lately, as I told you guys in my last video, and a couple of scriptures I got through, and one of them really stood out to me was Genesis 19. You guys might know that one. And basically the whole thing is about how Lot had to take his family and have them leave the city that they were living in because the Lord said he was going to destroy it. And he told his family specifically, especially his wife, he said, leave and do not look back, no matter what. Remember that. He told her not to look back. And as they left the city and it was being destroyed, his wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. Now, a lot of people might read that and go, whoa, why did his wife become a pillar of salt? But that's not what really is going on. She didn't get Medusa'd from looking back, because there's always different ways to interpret the Bible. One way doesn't fit all. One way doesn't fit every single scripture you're going to read. You might think, no, that literally is what happened. You turn into a pillar of salt. But look at it from a real life perspective. What did I say before? When you look back at old ways, old habits, old relationships, whatever it is, you turn back into the person that you were before. And nothing good ever came from looking back. You could take that as she turned into a pillar of salt, yes, but you also could take it as this. She looked back because she resonated with the city she was from. She still had love for it, but she wasn't listening to her destiny, which called her forward. And as soon as she looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt. Could have mean she was frozen in time, trapped in what was instead of what could be, or maybe emotionally she died there because she couldn't let go. But the moral of the story is, do not look back. Like I said, you're right there at the end. You're literally looking at the gates, ready to open them. Are you going to hesitate, look back, and let somebody else beat you to those gates? No, you're going to charge right through because you're literally at the end. There's nothing that you can't get through unless you take that leap of faith. You're going to have to go through uncertainty. You're going to have to go through being uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, all of that is to teach you something. All of that is to show you there's better life for you out there. But you got to take the risk. You got to be able to go for it. You got to go do whatever it takes to get to the other side, even if that means not hesitating for a moment, not looking back at old things, not returning to new places. Sometimes you have to let these things go, but you're right there. God has really brought you through so much uncertainty. He's brought you through so much adversity. You've already made it through the part you thought would kill you, right? Yet you're still here. You're still standing. You're still breathing. You're still fighting. Be real with yourself for just a second. Ask yourself in the mirror, what have you already gone through that he didn't already bring you out of? And it's way easier to give up. I understand that. We go through so much adversity, so much pain, so much strife. It feels comfortable to give up. But why does it feel comfortable giving up? Because it's what we know. It's the safer path. Enter through the narrow gate, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Matthew 7:13-14. The devil is always going to try to make you take the easier path because the harder one leads to your breakthrough. You think waking up every day and working out isn't going to be hard. Some people stay dedicated. Others will like the fact that they don't have to stretch or sweat and can eat whenever they want. They don't have to go through a diet or cheat days. Like, there's the comfortable and there's the uncomfortable. If you want to grow, get in shape, change, whatever it is that your goal up here in your mind is set to, you're going to have to fight through discomfort. You're going to have to fight through doubt. You're going to have to fight through silence and setbacks. And like I said, you can't look back because you're so close to the end. I promise you this. You're right there. Like, you're literally right there. I don't know who I'm speaking to right now. I don't know who this is for, but I can see it that this message was meant for somebody. Somebody that might be going through a divorce. And I just want you to know, the papers are almost final. And you might be ready to give up. Then you turn around, you're going to get that notification, that message. The person signed the papers and it's done. That relationship before is now behind you. Some of y'all might be going through the worst things imaginable. I don't know what it is. But I'm telling you, I'm speaking to someone when I say you are about to be blessed beyond your wildest dreams. If there's a goal that you've been trying to reach, I'm telling you that you're literally right there. For all my people who play video games, if your goal is to be an esports player, own a business, start up a game company, whatever it is, you're right there and you're about to see success. But let me warn you about one more thing. The closer that you get to success, the harder things are gonna become. The heat's gonna turn up at the finish line. Pressure's gonna show up right before the blessing. And nobody's gonna hold your hand through it. Nobody. You gotta do it for yourself. And I know you can. Because like I said, you've been through adversity. You've been through struggle. You've been through pain. You've already walked through the fire. This video didn't pop up on your feed for no reason. This video didn't just appear. This video was meant for you. My voice, my testimony, my story, it was meant to reach you. If you're somebody who's already subscribed, you already know what this is. Every video I make is for us. You could go back through the catalog right now. I got a ton of videos that'll motivate you. But this one's different. This one is to tell you that giving up is not an option anymore. Remember my last video where I said you got to get through the fire? This is the fire. And the fire is about to get put out. But don't fall now. Don't give up. Not when you're 99% of the way through. You just need 1 more percent. That's it. That's the push. That's the breakthrough. Because all that time, all that sacrifice, all those late nights, it's about to pay off. You just gotta make it to the end. But you're right there. Keep fighting. Don't stop. And don't give up. And that's where I'll leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you guys are notified of the videos that I upload. Do anything you guys can to have my non-existent videos be seen. And with that, Desaya signing off.